Been doing a little bit of painting and lettering on this balsa cow I made for the outboard for the G30 tunnel haul. Paint is done. I have final coat of clear on it. When I built this cowling, I modeled the shape of it after the Evinrude E-Tech series of outboards. But now I want to use this on the F1 style tunnel haul. So I am taking some liberties here with like the livery and the collars. My research on the internet shows this being the classic Evinrude outboard, 400 horse, over 400 horse, 9,000 RPM. That's what you see on most of the pictures. So I am going with this white top. I think that gives it that flavor. Here's another picture, a little bit different coloring, a little more white on it. But my research, I kind of know they're V8s and 400 horse. This HO livery here, high output, was on the E-Tech series. So I'm kind of taking some liberties and getting some of this flavor of the older V8s, and I didn't put any horsepower designation. Just give it that look of the older style tunnel haul outboards. I'll show you what it looks like mounted on the outboard unit. Pretty happy with how it turned out. It's going to work for me. It's not going to be a scale boat anyway, but I like that white top, big outboard hanging off a tunnel haul look. I wrestled with it a while. Do I just not do the white top? It's shaped like an E-Tech. And since it's not a scale boat, I think it's going to look fine. I am combining the E-Tech lettering. It has E-Tech shape. White top. We'll call it standoff scale. Maybe stand way off, but not building a scale boat. Like I said, I don't even think the G30 is true scale. So I'm gonna paint it the colors that I want to paint it, the boat itself. I think this will look really nice on the boat. This is interesting. That motor still holds the world speed record on water for an outboard. Here's a handy way to add acetone. Release your finger to put it in the cup versus not going to pour it with this. There's no way. And another thing, I am mixing the acetone 2-to-1 by volume, not by weight. The acetone is much lighter. Thinning it for the first seal coat. When you first add the acetone, it will be cloudy. It's thoroughly mixed when it turns clear. Take one of these brushes, give it a good bend. It's going to be for getting up underneath these areas in here. First coat's a pretty liberal coat. Let them mostly soak in. In the manual, and it's good advice, Zip Kit states, liberally coat everything and then wipe it off. Don't need the added weight, but the liberal coating is what's going to be your best waterproofing. The initial soak. So I don't have any puddling, and in some places where the wood is a little more porous, it has soaked it up. I had a little bit extra, wasn't going to waste it, so I did the inside of the radio box first coat. I'm tracing the fuselage onto the sponsons. Make sure I get a full covering with epoxy, but only where I need it. I already have all the dowel pins epoxied in. Everything's been dry fit. The sponsons are epoxied on the fuselage. And if we zero out, 0 blink and 1/10, the fuselage level, 17, 17.1, 16.9, 17. Get in the middle of this blueprinted section. Same over here. So that's looking really good. Now what I'm more interested in is the angles on the sponsons after I release the clamps. So let's do that. Shouldn't change. Everything's sitting flat. In other words, the sides of the fuselage and the sides of sponsons. Sponsons being straight. Nice straight build. So 0 to 1/10. Yeah, it did not move. Nice. Center that blueprinted area. Okay, it's definitely looking good. And also, what does the rest of the sponsons look like? 17 still. (16.7), 16.8. Dropping down to like 16 now. 15.9. So right around 13. So it's pretty true sponsons. Right around 8.5. 8.5. Beautiful. I have the nose block glued on right here, and now I have to continue with the sealer inside on the sides here, and then we can do the top sheeting, which I already have one coat of sealer on. So it'll be scraping with a razor. That's what Zip Kits recommends. I've done it before. It works really well. Straight razor. Scrape them. Flattens out the little bumps in the epoxy. Scrape off a little bit of weight. And then put another final coat of thinned epoxy. Just a regular straight edge razor. Does wonders for smoothing out the knocks off the fuzzies from the wood first coat. Okay, got these fit. Epoxy takes up a little bit of room. Let's get these all scraped out and fit. Right front. Okay. Another coat on the inside of this area here, and ready to epoxy these top sheeting down. Got a small order in from Offshore Electrics, great company. So pull system for the steering, nylon coated cable. Got the waterproof boots coming out of the radio box. This is such a good price. 150 amp PSC. Rebranded fly collar from OSC with upgrades though. Can't beat the price. And this, this is nice. This is an offset motor mount. Nice piece right there. Remove the plastic one in here. Take this screw out. This fits right in there. There it is installed. Nice unit. Molds right into the lower end there. Shape of it. Looks like this piece is cast. Rest of it's CNC aluminum. Should be some good control. Nice solid hookup. I lose this spring-loaded kickback feature, but yeah, it looks like 1/4 inch more offset. And that is a very nice upgrade. The boat is built. The wood construction is done. Just have the cowling left to do. I have a single coat of sealer everywhere, except there's 2 coats inside the fuselage under the top sheeting, and I got 2 coats inside the stumble blocks before I glue the sheeting on them. I haven't put any sealer on the bottom of the sponsons. I still want to blueprint all the way up to the nose. Get those angles on both sides dialed in. I have the lip for the radio box done, built, and I have a single coat of sealer on the inside. I'm not going to glue this on yet until I build my servo mount for the steering, but that's all the building. Here's the tray for the servo. Probably mount the outboard, run the cables, figure out how high, the height I want that servo tray in there. And then after a second coat on the inside, and then epoxy the lip in place, and then epoxy the top. The manual says it can be framed in a weekend. Not the way I build. I would rather take a little more time build it straight, build it accurate, get fits like these. Just can't help myself. I like nice tight joints, especially if I want to leave it natural. So this has already been the radius sanded on the nose block. I do have 2 coats of sealer in the center section inside the radio box. And I'd be doing an area like top sheeting or top of the sponsons. I'd mix up epoxy when I had a extra. I was using it up in here, so I have 2 coats up on the sides, up on the top edges. So the inside, the radio box and the center section is done. Got some really nice fits on the stumble blocks. Nice fit on the leading edges. A little bit of epoxy flowing in there. Sealer is leveling everything right out. The last part of the building, the final blueprinting of the sponsons, I'll sand this, get it as close as I have this, and then I'll be leveling the last of it with the coatings of the clear epoxy. And yeah, build the cow, and I'll probably rig the outboard and put the radio in, servo, receiver, and then mount the outboard. And then the only thing left will be paint, which is why I only do 1 coating of sealer where I'm going to paint, save on weight. So that'll be the last of it. Build the cowling, rig everything, and put some color on it.